Alright, yo, what's good? Everybody on YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today I got a special one for you guys. Now, before I get into it, I just want to say, mind you, I'm a little concussed, so if I'm like jumbling my words or just going off on random tangents, that's why. So I'm gonna be breaking down one of the placements I recently got. This placement is off of Jace's most recent EP, Sorry for My Ways. Terps and I, y'all know Terps from Priority, shout out Priority Boys. We co-produced the song Cujo. What's it called? I don't know the name of my own song. Cujo Caught Me One with Jace on there. Man, this concussion really ain't helping. You know, everything. I'm usually slow anyway. This ain't helping at all. But yeah, for those who don't know, Jace, aka what's this bro name? Jace Lavore, however you say bro name is, Salter, known professionally as Jace, an American rapper from Fort Worth, Texas. He's better known for his song 556. I know that as Green Tip, especially when he was blowing up. That's the only song I heard all around my hometown. He blew up from TikTok, which I remember that as well. People were jamming out to that song, doing TikTok dances to that song. I don't know what's up with all y'all young whippersnappers and all y'all TikToking and Snapchatting and what's the other one? Vining. Do people still use it? Nah, Vine is, I don't know. He's an underground artist as of today and definitely blew up. Has a core following. People that tune into his music really tune all the way in. Sitting at about like 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify. And so yeah, he's, I say, one of the faces of the underground hip hop scene as of right now. Which yeah, Turks and I produced the song, and today I'm gonna break down how the melody was created and the beat was created, giving you guys like a full breakdown on everything. This beat was really fun to make at the time. I know Terps was hitting me for like almost OG old trap type of music. Like he was saying like old Young Thug stuff and like old Future stuff. So I remember like earlier this year I just went back, started listening to like a whole bunch of old Gucci Mane, Young Thug, Future, OJ the Juice Man, like real old trap stuff earlier this year. So this melody is very inspired by that sound. And yeah, so let's just jump in, break down the melody first, then we're gonna break down the drums, and then I don't know why I said and then, but that's gonna be the whole video. So yeah, look, with all that yap out the way, let's jump into it. All right, so we're gonna jump into the melody here. Right now I have the project file that I sent off because I sent this FLP over to Terps. So I made the melody and then I sent the melody to Terps originally on Discord, and then Terps hit me back. He was like, yo, can you add like some drums to kind of like give me an idea on how I want to do the 808, and then we'll finalize it there. And so that's basically what I did. Made the melody first and add a little bit of drums. But right now we're gonna break down the melody real quick. For these untitled projects, that was me using my Phantom. So I used my Phantom, a little bit of Trap Reimagine here for this Decimal X. I was spamming the G-Felds, the Glow-Felds 2K13 kit, this one right here. I love this drum kit. It's got drums in here, one shots, as well as loops. I absolutely love the the one shots in here. Like they're fire. If you're in my streams, you see me using this kit all the time. And then I also use Heat Up and Nexus. And then I use Heat Up for the vocals, which is the choir in the background. So yeah, let's give this a play real quick, and then I'll break down the actual notes here. First thing I want to break down is the string pattern. Now I played this in on the Phantom, and then I rendered it out through Edison and dragged it in here. I would show you guys the actual preset that I use for the Phantom, but can I even, yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna just bring this over here. But like can y'all see that? My Phantom screen is no longer working. RIP Phantom, hold on. Like there's nothing on the screen. And then I even tried to like get some sound out of it, and it's cooked. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But luckily we have the Roland Phantom contact bank. So I'm just gonna pull up the string I used in there and go from there. Let's play this pattern real quick. Simple with the strings. I started off with the strings and just wanted to keep everything very simple. Like I didn't feel the need to do too much. And that MIDI is the same MIDI that I use for the choir here. So I'm gonna play that choir in a minute, but right now let me find the exact string I use from the Phantom here. It's definitely in the contact bank as well. So I'm just gonna go to my Trap Reimagine Deluxe kit and go to this sauce folder right here, and then I just have the Roland Phantom sound fonts. I'm just gonna use that that because I'm lazy. I don't feel like booting up Contact right now. And then I'll also make sure to link this in the description for people that want to check this out. I used to spam this kit, especially earlier this year. 10 out of 10 fire kit. So I found the sound here in the Rolling Phantom sound fonts here in Trap Reimagine. It's this BO98 small string. All I did on the Phantom was just add the reverb that's built in with the Phantom, and so that pattern will sound like this. And with this pattern, it's just a simple chord here. I don't know any music theory or anything like that. So I really wanted this to be in the key of B, like B minor specifically. So I just went up until that kind of sounded decent to me to make a chord. But I wanted to keep like the minor tension going. So I just dropped the, what do you call it? This low note, this B down one, just to have some tension. And it created a simple bass for me. I was able to build off of that. So for the next sound, so I opened up Nexus is my next sound and got the what preset is this? It's called Quantum. For me, I use Nexus 4 at the time, but I have Nexus 5 now, so it's updated. But I use Quantum for this pluck sound just to kind of get like some old school early 2000s trap vibes going. It wasn't really early 2000s, it was more like 2010s area, early 2010s. That's what I was going for here. If you listen to a lot of music that came out back then, especially this style of music, you have a lot of arpeggiators that are very similar to this pattern. Now, I could have dug in Nexus for hours and tried to find some sort of like arpeggiator that matched the exact sound like how I was thinking in my head, but I didn't feel like doing all that, so I just went to the pluck section and just dotted these and made my own arpeggiator, and it was way more efficient for me to do that. Then after that one, I added these brass stabs that I got from the Glowfells 2K13 stash kit. Let me go to that one, bro. I'm always shouting out this stash kit, bro. I love this kit. I don't know where I'd be without this kit, honestly. So if you go to the drum kit and you go to this section hits, which one did I use? Brass stab 2? The sound kit is called 2K13 stash kit, so I had to use that. You know what I mean? So shout out G-Fells. My mindset making this was I just wanted to develop a rhythm that goes along with the low notes that I did with the strings up top. And so I'm just gonna play this real quick so you guys can kind of get an idea. So you guys can tell this is already starting to get some energy to it. But yeah, this is the perfect low brass pattern to really add some energy to it. Really, this wrapped everything together. Once I put down this brass pattern, everything else I was just able to dink and dunk on top of the melody and really just make it stand out, make it shine. All right, so after adding those brass stabs, I then went to Heat Up 3 and opened up the, it's a choir in here, but it's got a weird name. Was it Big Choir? I thought I used Illuminate. If y'all pay attention in my streams, I use Illuminate a lot, but this time I use Big Choir. I laid down this choir pattern. This MIDI came from the strings that I showed you guys earlier, and that sounds like this. So this choir really gives the melody like another dimension. It kind of turns it up a little bit, you know what I mean? Gives it some more, like almost like a darker type of energy as well. And so yeah, that was my philosophy with that. Then after the choir, I then went back to the G-Felds kit, went to the one shots and grabbed these plucks. Okay, strings, that's where I was in. And this is what that sounds like. All right, so my philosophy with these were, especially if you go back and listen again to the early 2010s trap music, a lot of them have that arpeggiator I was talking about earlier, and these plucks that kind of like, they basically make their own counter melody. Like if you listen to a lot of Sean Ferrari's music, he uses his plucks as like a lead, but it's also a counter melody at the same time, and that's basically what I was doing here. So the only effects that I put on this was Portal. I went to the Trap Reimagine Portal Bank and went to Remind Me Later, and initially when you boot this up, this will probably be like up here, but I just dragged it down because this Remind Me Later has like a delay effect that kind of kicks the pluck back at you, or whatever sound you have in here back at you. So I'm actually gonna play it with it all the way up and then play it with it halfway, like how I got it. You see how that sounds? Like it's fire, but it's just too much, you know what I mean? I just need a little bit, and so that's why I dragged it to about like the halfway point, and still get a little bit of it, but it's not too much. All right, so next thing I added was also from Trap Reimagined, but this time it is from the one-shot section, sequence pad, Decimal X. So yeah, it's in the pad section of Trap Reimagined one-shots. The sound is called Decimal X. I didn't mean to tap it. This song is called Decimal X. It's a pre-tempo synced one shot in Trap Reimagined. And so I kind of just wanted to, I don't know, kind of bring out some sparkle in this melody. Like the melody was fire, but it was just sounding like a little dry. And so I just wanted like a pad to sit in the background, but still kind of like give the beat some sparkle. I don't know how else to, you know, say that. Yeah. So I just took the root note. I'm on country now, brother. Took the root note and repeated it a couple times. Had it go along with the rhythm of the melody here, and then found some other notes that sound good in the scale. If it sounds good, I leave the note there. If it doesn't sound good, I take it out. And then I just put a high note there on top just to add a little bit of extra sparkle. You know what I mean? So this is what that sounds like. And so yeah, you can hear it kind of just, it just adds a little to the melody. Like it's just a little something to sit in the back. It's ear candy. I don't know why I couldn't think of that this whole time. That's exactly what I was trying to say this whole time instead of sparkle. It's the concussion. Oh, and then I almost forgot. Also did add reverb to this sound. Valhalla Supermassive on this Triangulum Hall. You can find this preset if you go to the reverbs and go to C, large, and then y'all can't even see that. Okay, but it's my favorite reverb. Here in my streams, you see me using that reverb all the time. The very last thing I added to this melody, of course, was the horns. Now I got the horns straight out of the Phantom. It's not the FS brass, but it's one of the brasses in the Phantom. Like the Phantom has the best brass sounds of all time. I will give it that. Let's give the melody a play with the horns in here. Those are the horns. Now let's bring up the MIDI, because the MIDI was interesting on this one. So now originally, when I was first trying to drum up the idea for it, it took me a while of me just sitting here like this and just tinkering, you know what I mean? Like trying to figure out which notes sound good in this progression, what rhythm to play the notes at, and then me trying to play it in, and then get the MIDI out here in order to get the right sound I want. It took me some time. Eventually I ended up with this, where I have like a skipping type of brass rhythm. I noticed a lot of trap music, especially in the early 2010s, from artists like Young Thug, Old Future, and artists like that was using beats in this similar style. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna bring up this one, Waka Flocka especially. They have this like pattern, this type of pattern here, where it's like a very hard brass pattern, but it's very rhythmic and energetic. I kind of wanted to emulate that. Brasses in the Phantom are just perfect, man. You really just don't even need too much to go on them. The reverb that's on it already is from the Phantom. That's just me taking it straight out of Edison. This is what it sounds like by itself. All right, so here is the full melody with all the parts that we just broken down. All right, so that's the full melody. So now let's jump into breaking down the drums. All right, so by the time you're seeing this, Matrix V2 has already dropped. You know what, I'm gonna leave a secret discount code in here. Use code Christmas and you get an extra 30% off the kit. So that's actually a pretty good steal too. And I'm gonna have a bundle deal going on with Matrix V1 and V2. So everyone that has Matrix V1, they love Matrix V1. Love the kit, love the portal banks from there, and also really love the growth speed bank from there. I got a lot of good feedback for that. So I thought it was only right to make a V2 of Matrix. This time I made it even better. I'm too excited to get this kit out to y'all. Like I swear this is gonna be a fire one. Matrix V2 contains a full growth speed bank. That's 64 growth speed presets. It comes with the Matrix V2 portal bank, 30 more fire portal presets. A lot of you guys love the portal banks that I put out with Hammerhead, Trap Reimagined, of course, Matrix V1. Now there's gonna be another one in Matrix V2. This portal bank is I love this portal bank. The Matrix V1 portal bank, that's goated. I ain't even gonna lie. So the Matrix V2 is up in that realm too. It's really fire. I love using it. And I also dropped in 40 plus melody midis. These are 100% royalty free. If you get a placement with Drake, just give me some credit. I don't need any money. I just just put the name on it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And then same thing with the melody loops. Put in straight industry quality loops in there. Feel free to have some instant inspiration with the melody midis and the melody loops in there. By popular demand, people wanted drum midis, like what I have in the Secret Stash V3. I threw in, I think it's 15 hi-hat midis. Yes, essential hi-hat MIDI that are easy to drag in, and they're .MIDI files. I've made that mistake before in the kits. They're .MIDI files. You can drag those in, arrange them to how you want your exact bounce to go, or you can just leave them however. Either one works. And then I also have snare roll midis, because a lot of people are asking for those as well. Matrix V2 out right now. Link in the description. All right, so now we're here on the drums. I'm gonna play all the drums I had before I sent the zip out real quick, and then we're gonna break down what I did. So here's the drums from the zip that I had before I sent it out. All right, so first and foremost, I want to jump into the hi-hat patterns. Again, I'm talking about the early 2000s trap beats. Listen to their drum patterns carefully. They had the, what do you call it, going crazy? The cymbals hitting at every single, what's this, bar here? So it'd hit here, then again here, then again. And then they'd have a whole bunch of rolls in their hi-hat patterns. They did it tastefully, and they wanted to accent the rhythm that's in the melody. And that's really what I preach a lot in my beats. You really want your hi-hats to accent the rhythm in the melody. It's like if you got peanut butter, you need jelly. That's a horrible analogy. Use your open hats or cymbals or crashes tastefully to further accent that. And so I'm gonna play this hi-hat pattern, which you can see the rolls in, and then I'm gonna play the cymbals and show you guys how that, you know, meshed everything together. And so right now I just have the hi-hats and the cymbals playing. Like, simple, right? And this hi-hat MIDI I'm gonna put in my upcoming sound kit, Matrix Volume 2. All right, and then next I added in this clap/snare. Oh, and by the way, all of these drums are from my Secret Stash V3 drum kit. I spam this kit all the time. I'm still using this. I think this is my best drum kit ever, honestly. The clap I got from this one is this tuned bankroll. Here, I love this one. This snare is always coming out of those OG 2013 style trap beats. I'm just gonna get that to play, show you guys what I'm talking about. Simple snare pattern. Now here, then I added in these snare rolls, just to kind of, I don't know how else to explain it. I heard it needed in some sort of like drum roll. So I'm like, I'm gonna just add these, kind of have them do like a little bit of a call and response effect and see how it sounds. And that's exactly what the beat needed. And it was just perfect. So I'm gonna play this so you guys can hear what I'm talking about. And that was really all of my drums. The only thing that wasn't added to this was the 808. Now I'm gonna add an 808 to this just to kind of give you guys an idea on how everything turned out. When Terps jumped into this, I'm already knowing with the 808, he followed the brass stab right here. This simple pattern here, he just followed that. Same exact pattern probably. And then he added the chants and the sound effects that you would hear. And so yeah, let's just add the 808 and then this beat's basically done. I'm gonna go in to Secret Stash V3, grab one of my favorite 808s, this Together 808 here. So I'm gonna start up high first and then drop the 808 down low just to make sure everything's in key. Simple as that. Now, so if you guys want to hear the full song, I'll be linking that in the description. And then also, if you guys want the sounds that I use in this beat, I will have the kits that I used linked in the description. The Trap Reimagined Deluxe kit. This was a very fat kit. It was a girthy kit. Best kit to date, definitely Trap Reimagined. And then for the drums, Secret Stash V3 was used. This is just a simple drum stash used in like almost all of my beats. I'm using this in. It's right now, especially I'm spamming this UFC C chant. I love that chant, especially for like futuristic glow beats. All the kits that were used to make this beat will be linked in the description. And these are the same sounds that I use to get placements with. And yeah, y'all, let me know if there's any other songs that I produced that you guys want me to break down. Like recently I gotten one with Rack Baby, Playbill. Is it Play Ball or Playbill? Okay, yes, it's called Play Ball. Sorry, I'm old. This concussion, it got me going. I can break down that. Also got a song with Sean Ferrari and Karma 2. Can show you guys the sounds that were used and everything. But yeah, just let me know. What do these young whippersnappers do on this app? Comment down below what type of content you guys want to see from me in the future, going forward. Hoping you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I upload every single Friday and we would love to have you guys in the community. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Hope you have a good night, day, wherever y'all at, and y'all be easy. Man, that was hard, bro. Just trying to film with a concussion and my eyes hurting.